Estoy temiendo. Sí que va medio petado, mira. Como que medio se peta esto, ¿no, Morpeco, o qué? Dime si va
Ciao.
lagueado.
I'm Julia. Julia Kay. I'm glad you are here.
¿Va dando tirones?
Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin.
¿Pero sigue o se ha quitado?
There is so much that... I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague.
Creo que ya va
I
bien.
only remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
La leyenda.
Nanny, will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but
La madre es
I
una
love
perra.
spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me your story, even if it's foggy outside? Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I
Niña
promise.
chunga que, ¿no?
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
I loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young
Se ve
woman
chulo, ¿eh?
who was killed by the man she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire that death, not love, was awaiting her.
Ahora lo sigue escuchando. Seguimos escuchando. Vamos callando la boquita, si no somos pesadísimos.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy.
Lo que te conté.
So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl.
El karma. Mamá huevo. ¿Y para qué la ahoga?
They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found.
Se la comieron los peces.
Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved.
Le subo un poquito más al jugo, está bien, Morpeco.
When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance.
Vamos a hablar, que
I'm
ya
a
que
little
quiere hablar.
scared of this story, even though I like the lady.
Should I stop reading, my little sparrow?
No, Nanny. Daddy always tells me that fear must be faced.
Es la favorita de papá.
Go ahead.
Okay, honey. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman,
Por la cara.
slaying such a life in its youth, even just for an instant. The lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
Es chulísimo. Bueno, te explico, Morpeko. El lago. La madre es una perra mala, ellas son gemelas y la madre no la quiere a ella. Por eso ella se quedaba con la tata. Que la tata, quien en España es como que te cuida, alguien que te cuida, pero yo pensaba que era la abuela porque le dice nani. Pero bueno, tata. Está en la cámara. Vas a ver, la madre es un bicho.
Reel off the film.
Vale, eso es para sacarla.
Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film.
Le va a colocar uno nuevo para hacer fotitos.
Put the new film in. Close the camera. Load the
¡Vamos!
film.
Hay guerra. El padre es alemán, es un sargento alemán o algo así, creo.
Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus.
Sí, saca la lente.
There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is. What? Is that a person? I must help them.
Voy corriendo.
I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
Sí, ya entre que te ha quitado la ropa. En lo que ha tardado en quitarte la ropa. Uy, yo sí que lo tengo re fuerte, ¿eh? ¡Pescadito! A papío. Pero dale la vuelta, muchachona.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as
Hola,
best
motito.
as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is
Justísima.
not dead.
Yo solo sé
It's
tomar el
not
pulso aquí.
possible.
Sí, es posible.
not
Mira,
true.
mira esa miradita. Es posible, es posible.
There's no need to worry. Everything is fine.
¡Los Spitfire! Así eran
Everything
los
will be
barcos,
fine.
los aviones alemanes.
Martha, February 26th, 1923.
La roba la identidad. Esta era la favorita de la madre.
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the
enterando, ¿no?
moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone. I would have to pretend to be Martha forever.
Se le lió. Ahora piensan que la que ha muerto no es Marta, sino Julia. Hostias. Señal de cruz o levantarme. A ver, teniendo en cuenta que es 1940 y pico, 20 y pico, aquí somos católicos a tope, ¿no?
O Lord who gives life to the dying, let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Yo he puesto el modo streamer.
Eric, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Mummy always finds something for everyone to do.
Su papa. Space para destacar los puntos de interés.
July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and is thinking of you during this extremely difficult time. Ernesto E. and family. July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. Monsignor Attilio D.
Monseñor.
July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss, and we send you our heartfelt condolences. The Lieutenant Colonel Rapporteur.
Ok, bueno, yo en estos juegos lo suelo mirar todo, ¿eh?
An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
Me encanta que lo hace como si estuviera mirando a través de una cámara.
I can't turn it off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital.
Pero esto no es ilegalísimo para escuchar. Ay, supuestamente soy sorda, también te digo. Esto que hago para nada, ¿no? Se supone que se está haciendo pasar por la hermana. Su padre. Este le caía bien, o sea, este era... O sea, nosotras, que se creen que es esta, ¿vale? Nosotras, ¿cómo lo digo? Esta es Marta. Se piensa que es Julia, pero es Marta.
What the hell? For a moment I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. There must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist.
Qué turbio, también te digo, tener a tu familiar muerto ahí en tu casa, ¿no? Tipo, toma, velándolo.
A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me. I don't need that right now. Riding bikes around here is beautiful. These are Mummy and Daddy's bikes, though. Mine is outside.
¿Por qué no te quieren? Pobrecita. Ya. Bueno, ahora sí te quieren porque ahora eres tu hermana y a tu hermana, tu madre sí que la quería.
Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is. These hunting rifles are not Daddy's. He never went hunting. Nanny must have left them here.
Flipa con la tata. La que manda. Uy. Vaya por Dios, no interactúo, espérate.
Daddy, Mummy, and my grandparents. It seems almost impossible that Father is a soldier. Mother would have been more suitable if she wasn't a woman.
¿Por qué una perra? Os voy a poner los subtítulos grandes, ¿vale? Para que lo estéis viendo en el teléfono. Vale. No. ¿Mechero? Toma.
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
No, tú
Never
no te
a moment's
muevas.
peace, even at a time like this. She can't sit still for a second.
Este parece que está de coloqueta. Altas rolas, te lo juro. Qué cara de perra que tiene.
Everything
Tiene cara de
always has
bicho,
to be
¿eh?
perfect with her.
ALMA Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. È cessata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda.
¿Por qué?
Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
Bueno, adiós Londra o como te llames. No me gustan las iglesias.
What's happening? Who closed the door?
¿Cómo? ¿Ya vamos a empezar con los rollos? Te he dicho yo que no me gustaban las iglesias.
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes. I must
¿Cómo
have
miro?
fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irena? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't
Everything.
it?
Es que es
Her
alemán,
fault for
creo.
Martha being deaf and for you being infertile.
Es karma.
Do you
Se
think it's
camperla.
the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me?
Reviéntale la boca. Hay que
They
ver, ¿eh?
have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing.
Nazi.
I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
Me hace gracia el doblaje. No me quiero reír.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Bueno, el
Mother
padre
didn't
que...
seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
¿Cómo? Qué chulo la cámara, tío. ¿Cómo que te pasa en la carita? Capaz que la haya matado la madre pensando que era la otra. Es que la madre tiene una mala pinta de... Yo... ¿Le robaste su alma o qué pasa? ¿A ella? Identidad. Será yo le robé su identidad. ¡Qué mal traducido! ¡Sangrita! Pero como va de sangrita se ha muerto ahogada. Aquí viene la escena que han censurado en Play, así que cerrad los ojitos si no os gustan estas cosas, pero tampoco es nada del otro mundo. Cuidadito, cuidadito. se lo está cortando con la medalla de ella, ¿no? Qué asco. Lo tengo a tope con los cascos. Vea, apañado. Digo yo que parece que cortan mucho más. Pero bueno. Espérate que se me quedó sin espacio. Tampoco lo veo como para censurar tanto, pero bueno. Toma, ahora soy Jason. ¡Qué bonito! ¡Mariposas! Jeje. Jeje. Tampoco lo veo para tanto, tío. O sea, ni siquiera se ve... No sé. No sé. ¿Qué os parece que hayan censurado por eso el juego en Play?
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream.
Debería haber
My
quitado de
sister
los
was
puntos.
just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed
Porque
is
luego cuando lo
empty and
resuba,
this is
para que esté
reality.
limpio. Patas.
This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now...
Lo siento, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. He estado para canjearlo.
Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul.
Ya, tú
Can
la
a
roba la
photo
suya.
capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
Ok, la cámara. Y yo como veo tabulador, ¿no puedo ver las misiones? No.
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright.
Toma, y Diosito arriba. Patas. Palgamoa, mira, ahí se ve un poco de patas.
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened. Even more scary fairy tales.
Lo bueno es que todos estos cuentos nos lo han contado. Solo que... O sea, por ejemplo, el de ese del Caperucita, ¿no? Este es el de... ¿Cómo era el del gigante? Eso no sé lo que es.
Our beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here.
Porque ahora está en la casa de la tata. ¿Esto qué es?
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe.
My clothes, para joderla. Eso, que le pique a la mamá. Ahora nos ponemos la ropa, pero la de Julia. No la de Marta, la de Julia. Para que la otra cuando la vea diga... "Ah". Es lo que hay. Que sufra.
I always keep my trinket box locked.
Habrá que encontrar una llave.
Nanny will be visiting me soon. Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together.
Tiene novio.
The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me.
Sin más. Uy. Allá arriba había algo. Corre, corre, corre.
I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me.
Qué chulo. Tiene la sombra. Me ha costado el juego 10 euros, por cierto. Si lo queréis está en Eneva a 10 pavos.
It's me with the nanny. Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember.
La nani. Julia, toma.
Can I be Martha without her clothes? Mummy never wanted us to swap, so I don't know how she will take it. I could wear Martha's clothes instead, in the other wardrobe.
Se debajo de él nos vamos a poner la de...
The elegant dress. No, I'll never hear the end of it from Mother.
¿Cómo? Pero yo quería el negro, este es una mierda. Vaya caca.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Que me gusta molestar a la peña. Ve. El bolso de Julia. Ok. Ok.
The key to my trinket box.
Lo guay es que lo lee todo, no tengo que leer yo nada. Estoy
Here
feliz.
is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Ok.
Yes, Erie, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think? What did you say? Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble.
No, pero hace todo para que te vean que puedes escuchar. Cambia la radio, en fin. Cerrado. Hola.
How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here. There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting. Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad.
Sí, ya no puedo correr, me he dado cuenta hace 2 horas.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
¿Cómo que tu room?
As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Ok.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
El padre está como harto de la vida, ¿no?
Are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. the sword makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Ok, no me vas a reñir por ponerme la ropa de
Mummy
ella.
is right,
Qué
though.
lástima.
Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia?
Ok, hay cosas que hacer. Leer el periódico. Vale. Coger la cámara y poner una foto en el marco. Tengo que hacer una foto, ok. Popolo.
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth.
Fantasmas.
Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk.
Está la cosa mala.
Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irene the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased.
O sea, que va a seguir teniendo ahí el cuerpecito del
First
hermano.
improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams
Dice
per
después de
day
mi
as of
cumple.
April 20th. A kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Ok. ¿Os va gustando el juego o qué? De momento, va tranqui. O estamos empezando.
Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times.
Para Julia, para que hagas más y más fotos. Papa.
For Julia, to take more and more photos. Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here.
Bueno,
Bread,
vamos.
butter, jam and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously. These are our vineyards. My father loved them so much that he constantly took photos of them. I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
Aquí no hay nada para ver.
Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore. Always hanging cheery things.
Sí. Todo super nice.
One of Daddy's many photos. Who knows who these other people are? War. Always war. Even in paintings.
Es la época.
These masks, I remember them vividly. I always tried to escape their gaze. Old photographs that Father took of this house.
Oggi Bonsi, on the day of St. Alexis, the battle rages in the city tormented by Anglo-American bombing. Our Lady of Carmel, a company of the Falchium Regiment, counterattacked yesterday, forcing the French to retreat to Piazza del Mercato. The situation is currently under control.
No, está buena la cosa.
Florence, July 15th, 1944. General Erich K. As per our prior agreement, we are sending you military encrypted communication material. The device must remain hidden and secret. Hail. Feldmaskeralo, Carl H.
Como han censurado la palabra que no deberían. Si dicen esto, nos echan de acá. Bueno, aquí ya lo miramos todo, así que vamos a ver. Tengo que hacerle a una foto en el jardín. Ok. Uy, perdón.
My bike. The wheel is deflated as usual. A bicycle pump will solve this.
Sé dónde hay uno. Por aquí hay uno. Toma. Musiquita de la buena.
Here's the bicycle pump.
Bueno, con esto ya está. ¿Todo bien con tu jefa? ¿Tenemos pelitos o algo? Quiero un perrito. Hola, Julia, Marta. Es que es todo random, no sé. Feo, ¿no? Uy, ¿por qué va dando lagazos? ¿Lleva así todo el rato o qué? Creo que no, ¿no? Está muy raro esto. ¿Verdad? Vamos, tenemos bici. No entiendo. Es que... no sé. Rarísimo. ¿Qué pasa? Hay que hacer fotos. Ah, la Q. Cuidado, cuidado, hay que aprenderse las cosas. Estás a punto de usar la cámara de Julia. Es una Rolleicord de 1940 con película de 120 milímetros. La utilizarás para hacer fotos en el juego. Ok. Mientras sujetas la cámara aparecerá un icono. Vale. Ok, no tengo más nada. Busca el elemento. Para simplificar la simulación, la vista previa de la imagen muestra ajustes a medida que cambias tu cámara. En la vida real, la imagen del visor está controlada por el objetivo secundario y solo responde al enfoque. Ajá. RF es la altura. No, pero la inclinación la voy a dejar normal. Y no me puedo acercar más. Ahora el panel de ajustes. No. Así está bien. Y esto no tengo extras. ¡Vamos! ¡Vamos! Ya tenemos una foto.
I've taken the picture, now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it.
Vale, pero antes que nada, por aquí no habrá cosas para ver.
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, Only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to...
Tú sabes,
We are so lucky.
reventarles todo.
In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce.
Vamos.
Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Parece un backroom. Bueno, ahí está el cuarto oscuro. ¿Qué ha pasado ahí?
Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
Con un vino. Ha muerto. ¿Y eso qué? No puedo cogerlo. Tijera. Tijera para clavarla en cara.
These could be of use to me.
¡Vamos! Empezamos bien. No sé si preocuparme.
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking.
Ah, muy bien.
Mummy's medicine.
Simpática es.
Will they do her any good?
La vuelve más loca de lo que está.
This fabric is not new to me, yet I do not think I have ever seen it in the house.
Bueno, ahí es la misión que tenemos que hacer.
I don't like wine all that much, but I go crazy for our dessert wine. It is very sweet.
Vino de postre. Un trípode.
These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
Por ahí me ha salido un coso para interactuar, ¿no? ¿No? Pues no.
When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one.
Ok, vamos ya a hacer lo que tenemos que hacer. Sí, ando tirones, yo no entiendo. Este ordenador de la tarjeta, de la SSD esa que le he puesto es una mierda.
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to.
Ok. Cartas y papel de fotografía, creo.
There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
Bueno, esto es muy típico. No sé por qué en los juegos de miedo también les gusta poner el tema de revelado de fotos y todo el rollo. Pero bueno, vamos a hacerlo. Seguro que lo tienen simplificado. No, la película. Se ha automatizado. Será por lo antiguo. Vale. Ok. Cuando esté en lo verde la sacamos. Vale.
Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly.
No me mola, salió mucho
Now
de
I can
abajo.
take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame.
Ok. álbum dónde es? No. Pues no sé. Se guarda abajo, pero no sé dónde está el álbum. Bueno. Fotito para... Supongo que tiene que ser donde estaba el trípode. Sí. Moderno, tío.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Ok. Yo que bien se lo planteo con la luz arriba y todo. Sonriente, ¿no? Hola, Almic. Aunque bueno, la hermana dijo que quería una expresión así curiosa. Hubiera puesto malhumorada o algo, pero... Bueno, vamos a revelarla. Ok.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film. A kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead.
Qué mal rollo.
But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
Me da mal... ¿Qué no? ¿Por qué no está? Bueno, pone que está enfocado, pero los tres circuitos no están juntos. Mal rollo, ¿no? Y el agüita. Obviamente es la parte del principio lo más coñazo. Tiene un ojo cagado.
This is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.
Perturbador. Bueno, esto claramente, esto es el principio, ¿sabes? En el principio no te van a poner ya cosas
I was
turbias.
obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened. But suddenly, a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her,
¿Te
and
imaginas que se volvió
now
luego y le mató?
I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory.
Se está volviendo loquita.
Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death.
No,
So
pero tú quieres
this is
salir
the
de
right
noche.
time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
Okay. Nueva apariencia. ¿Y esto?
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My
está poniendo interesante.
enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha, and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake, and now it's too late. If they find out I have been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible.
Que como, o sea, tenía esto por casa que lo compré para un vídeo y me han llegado las orejitas. Digo, como carnaval. No sé qué día, pero es. Pues me lo pongo. El mechero, amiga, el mechero. ¿Y el mechero cuál es? ¿Esto qué es? Ah, la bomba esta de para llenar. Bueno, objetivos. Las cámaras del lago. Objetivo principal, la puerta principal, abrir la puerta. Haz una foto de Marta. ¿Cómo? Que te escucha, que tengo que hacer una foto. Claro, pero es que está oscuro y no puedo, no, supongo que no podré encender la luz. Claro, pero
It's dark and I can't turn on the lights. It's dangerous. I'll need a flash for the camera. I can look for it amongst Daddy's things in the room below his
yo no sé.
bedroom.
La gente le parecía, te queda genial, está chula, ¿eh? Me molesta, me pica toda la cara, absolutamente. Bueno, vamos a ver. No sé si es buena idea que corramos. ¿Me podrán pillar? ¿Y game over ya de una? No creo. A ver, por aquí arriba tiene que estar el estudio del Papa. En una puerta, aquí está, que antes no estaba abierta. ¿Esto qué es?
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
¿Y eso qué ha cogido? ¿Eso qué es? ¿Las pilas del flash o qué?
Daddy's stuff.
Después te envío la peluca si quieres. Me ha costado
I've
creo que
heard
13
everything will
pavos.
play out on this new defensive line.
Parece de verdad. Tiene flequillo. Pero yo se lo echo para el lado porque me... ya me pica tú. No. Ya. Ok. Mapa de guerra. ¿Qué más? No creo que sea buena idea subir para arriba. Están los papas durmiendo, ¿no? Subimos. La llave. No llevo la misma ropa. Subimos. Estoy todo loca, ¿eh? Yo subo. ¿Cómo? Papá. Uy. Me van a pillar. Por boba. Ya está, ya está. Que me pillan y me echan de casa y pillan que... ¿Te imaginas qué chungo? Está ahí tus papás durmiendo y ahora tú te pones así a mirarlos. La hermana muerta abajo. Turbio, turbio. Vamos a ver. Se puede usar como... Sí, ya lo sé. Vamos a hacer una fotín de la Marta. Qué turbio, tío. Antes le hacían fotos a los muertos y tal, pero en plan con gente viva. ¿Sabes lo que te digo? Te ponían ahí tu familia todo perfecto. Se turbio. Por cierto, tenemos una nueva apariencia. ¡Toma! Esta es. Y ahora vamos a usarla, ¿no? Espérate. Control. Aquí ponemos flash. Qué turbio, tío. A ver, espérate. Elemento enmarcado, desenfocado, demasiado oscuro. Vale. Foto.
Dan, it would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a
Hay que
picture.
ver cómo tiene la hermana, tío. ¿Te imaginas que hubiera alguien cha y aparezca por ahí? Espera. Vamos a revelarla, ¿no? No creo que sea muy buena idea ir a estos sitios, tú sabes, oscuro por la noche, en tu casa, una muerta arriba. Esto es nuevo. Esos son lentes, ¿no?
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see.
Bueno, llama fotografía fantasmas.
With this lens, I can shoot very close up. Orange
Ah.
filter. When there is fog, it improves the
Bueno,
image
todavía
by
puedo
giving
subir y
it some
hacer un foto
contrast.
mejor a la hermana, pero
Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos.
ya nos quedamos así. ¿Te imaginas que aparezca la hermana por detrás? ¡Chin! Que era bromi, que no estaba muerta. Se lo fingía.
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died.
Supuestamente ya no tiene alma, si ha muerto, ¿no? Si ha super muerto.
Her face can no longer tell me if what happened was my fault. I should have known that already. All I can do is head to the lake and get those rolls.
Pues nada, nos vamos al lago, parece ser. ¿Sabré llegar? Oye, esto está oscurísimo, tío. Menos mal que esta no se pone loca. Está oscuro. ¡Pum! Nos trinca el padre. Marta, what are you doing? Nothing, papa, nothing. Toma, nos escapamos. No creo que sea muy buena idea ir al lago de noche, fantasmitas, you know. ¿Qué pasa con esto? Toma, un foco. Pero con esto no vamos a poder no montar la bici con esto. ¿Te imaginas que me han robado la bici para que vaya andando? Me han robado la bici. ¿Esto qué mierda, tenemos que ir para acá. Por aquí, pi, 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 pi. Y ya vamos... Que no, que dale con darle a escape. Bueno, vamos improvisando, dale. Todo para abajo. Llegaremos a algún sitio. No, para abajo. Bueno, tiene pinta de que van a pasar cositas. ¿No? ¿Qué creéis? Tiene mala pinta. Le subió mucho la... Para que veáis clarito y...
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
¿Estás segura que tú no...? Estoy escuchando mucho bicho detrás mía. No, la inclinación ¿dónde es? Y altura. Ay, perfecto. No está enfocado, pero bueno. O sea, en plan no está centrado, pero es que así se va a quedar. Enfocarlo.
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
¿Cuánto queda para llegar al lago, tío? Me estoy perdiendo, ¿qué onda? Pero bueno, hemos visto el casco.
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
Titi. What happened to you?
The cameras are somewhere around here.
Esto para mí. Y los trípodes, pero ¿y por qué? ¿Y por qué dejar? Lo primero que tendrían que haber hecho es mirar las cámaras, ¿no? Pues si tenían temporizadores. Me puedo bañar. Ok, queda una.
One more camera to collect. A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it and leave it where it is. That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them. How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
No sé, pero ¿y ahora cuál es mi misión? Vale, ir a revelar la foto. Tengo que volver atrás, ¿no? Algo va a pasar. Lo sabemos tú, lo sabemos yo, lo sabemos todos. Me caigo al lago. What happened to Martha? We don't know. Oye, Oye, no veo, por subirle lo de la exposición para verlo más claro. Se me cayó el wifi, pero ahí vamos. ¿Cómo voy a volver para atrás? Bueno, todo para arriba otra vez, ¿no? ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? ¡Que nos secuestran! Suéltame. ¿Cómo va a tener fuerza para pillarte? ¡Corre, corre! ¡Corre, a huevo! Yo no estoy corriendo, vamos. Solo corres tú. ¿Y yo te dirijo o qué? ¡Por aquí! Seguimos por aquí. Uy, cada vez se le pone la voz más profunda, ¿qué onda? ¿Te está dando un malito? Te está dando un malito. Se ve así, desenfocado, es que lo está flipando. ¿Qué te ha pasado? Creo que está soñando, porque mira la ropa. Bueno, buen sitio. Soy chiquita. Se ha matado. O nos hemos matado nosotras, no lo sé. Claro, si lleva ahí 3 días ya. Agüita. No, gusanos no. Gusanos no, mira el marito. Oye, ¿por qué tiene que es eso de la barriga, tío? ¡Oh! ¡Un bebé! Se te ve una teta, hermana de Twitch. Bueno, pues está bien. Ah, yo soy el bebé. Nos ahogamos. No puedo ir a ningún lado. Me tiene aquí con ella. ¿Ha pasado algo? Bueno, no entiendo. Hay cosas que no estoy entendiendo, pero bueno.